YouTube? What's up? Dave's RC here. This is Dave. You know it. So check this out, guys. I brought Tyler's F-16 out here because it was having some issues. So those issues are, this is not EPO foam. This is what they would call like the EPS or something like that. And here's what happens. You touch this, it snaps. Anywhere you touch it, you just touch it with any amount of pressure at all, it snaps. It's done. It's not very strong foam. But on the other hand, it's super light. So as long as you can hanger it correctly, which obviously Tyler has not done a very good job of, you shouldn't have, too many issues. Here's the problem. The problem is he doesn't know how to take care of things very well. And that's just a kid being a kid. It's all good. No big deal. I bought him this plane because, well, to be honest with you, even though he had been getting really good at flying, I get nervous when he's flying my planes. Who wouldn't, I just get nervous when he's flying my planes. And not that he's not a good pilot. He's an excellent pilot. He's a very good pilot. He's a good student. He learned very fast, faster than I learned anyways. But just one thing I want to share with you, if you guys are in the market to buy this particular F-16 here, first thing you're going to want to know is you're going to want to beef this up. I put black tape here and some Gorilla Tape to beef up this foam part right here, because this intake is just foam. Here, let me pull the camera. This fan intake right here is just foam. So
if you see how I can move that?
Excuse me, sorry. I can move that right there. You see that? Sorry, I was holding the Mobius in my mouth. But anyways, right here, there's a little hole that comes out of the foam, and that's where your strut goes through. Problem is when you do a couple of landings on grass, this strut comes banging back and it rips your foam. So you want to, hold on, sorry guys. You want to, I put some thick black tape around there, and now when it lands, the only thing that happens is that strut right there will bend a little bit. But we're just out here testing his plane right now. The nose gear was messed up. He says it was flying funny. So I'm just out here doing some testing. I just did a flight, and I thought I hit record on the Mobius, and I didn't. So the first flight's already in the books. But I got a really strong wind coming out from this way. As you can see, look over there. You see that dust rolling off of those gravel piles? Look at that wind just blow that dust off. I'm not sure if you can see it with the Mobius. I'm pretty sure you can. I mean, this is a 4K high resolution, 60 frames per second, so you probably should see it. But anyways, his nose gear was messed up. I fixed that. His tail was broken. I fixed that. His rudder was off a little bit. I fixed that. He didn't want the thrust vectoring on it anymore, so we took that off, and we got that nozzle. We got it taped off so that the nozzle doesn't move at all. But yeah, he didn't want the thrust vectoring on it. He just wanted, he doesn't even use the rudder when he flies. I'm not a big rudder person anyways, unless I'm flying props. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this thing fired back up. I got a real strong wind coming out here, and we're going to get her back in the air again. So just hold on 1 second, and we'll get back into it. Put you guys on the hat. All you guys out there in YouTube land. Alright, so the first takeoff was a little sketchy. She went straight up. Usually we hand toss this thing, but I'm like, I want to take off on the ground. So, and my girlfriend's not comfortable with throwing Tyler's plane in the air on a hand launch. I told her it's not that bad. It's not going to hurt it. It should be fine. But if somebody's nervous about doing something, the last thing you want to do is pressure them into doing it. Alright, so this thing is a very light 4S plane, 70mm fan. It's an absolute blast to fly. Sorry, I'll grab my canopy. It's really light. It's got a lot of power. So it really gets thrown around a lot up there, especially when it's windy out. It really gets thrown out a lot. It gets thrown around quite a bit. The wind tosses this thing around like nothing. But we're gonna scroll back here a little bit, and I guess the only good thing I can say is that this is Tyler's plane, and it's got a gyro in it. So the wind really doesn't, you know, it doesn't wreak havoc on it too bad. But it does have a gyro in it. I guess that's a good thing. We got the wind coming out strong here. So come on, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. See how it goes right up? Look at that. Oh, we went right into the sun. I gotta stop doing that. Landings have been touchy, needless to say. I'm going to do something kind of crazy when I land here, guys. I'm going to land with the tailwind, just because the trees are not cleared out over here. That was another bad landing. I did that before. I didn't flare. That was my bad. But the nose wheel should have held up. That's the whole point. We want to make sure that the nose wheel is holding up. So actually putting a little bit of pressure on that front wheel is kind of what we want to do, but not too bad. So let's see. Okay, that's all it did was bend it again. That's exactly what it's been doing this whole time, is just bending it. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. I mean, that was probably not one of my best landings, but I I got a really bad crosswind here, and I just wanted to get it down as quick as I could. So, yep, that's that, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, I'm Dave, and we'll see you later.